The moment Evelyn's boots crunched against the overgrown trail leading deeper into Blackwood Forest, a thick fog unfurled around her like a predator coiling around prey. The trees seemed to lean inward, forming an oppressive cathedral of shadow. Somewhere in the distance, the cry of a nightbird echoed, a sound far too distorted to be natural. She had followed the map stitched into her grandmother's journal, each faded marking a breadcrumb. Despite everything she'd seen so far, Evelyn couldn't shake the feeling that the forest knew she was coming, that it had waited years for her. Each step was met with eerie silence. The air was heavy, not just with moisture, but with watching. Not watching like animals from the underbrush. Watching like the land itself was awake. She glanced at her phone. No signal. Not unexpected. She turned to her DSLR, powered it on, and whispered into her mic, "Day 2. The trail leads deeper. No signs of animals, no bird song, just nothing. I think something is..." A branch snapped directly behind her. Evelyn whipped around, camera up, scanning. Nothing. She didn't breathe. The silence wasn't just unsettling. It was screaming. The kind of silence that didn't just fill your ears, but invaded your thoughts. She pressed forward. As she hiked, the path twisted, narrowed. Moss-covered stones jutted from the ground like ancient teeth. Symbols, identical to the ones from the cave, appeared on bark and stones alike. Every few feet, she'd find an effigy, a bundle of sticks shaped like human figures, some dangling from branches, others buried halfway in the dirt. She stopped in front of one. This one had a lock of brown hair tied to its chest, her hair color. Evelyn recoiled, stumbling back and gasping. Then, a whisper, faint, directly behind her ear. "You're almost there." She spun, camera swinging, heart pounding. Nothing again. But now the forest looked different. The fog no longer hovered. It clung, rising in thin tendrils from the ground like spectral fingers. The trees had faces in their bark, faces in pain, carved expressions of agony with mouths stretched impossibly wide. And then she saw it, an old wooden door, freestanding, alone, in the center of a clearing. Its frame rotted, hinges rusted, but it stood, waiting. She approached slowly, camera shaking in her hand. The symbols were etched across the door like tattoos, glowing faintly. A low hum emanated from it, like a deep heartbeat. She reached out. As her fingers grazed the doorknob, she heard her mother's voice, soft, broken, whispering from nowhere. "Don't open it, Evelyn, please." Tears welled in Evelyn's eyes. "Mom?" A flash of her childhood room. Her mom brushing her hair, her mom screaming in the kitchen, her mom cradling a photo of someone Evelyn never met. The image faded. She grabbed the handle, turned it. The door opened. Behind it, blackness. But it wasn't empty. Inside were stairs, descending, spiral, ancient stone, and from deep below, chanting. Not in English, not in any language she knew. She took a breath, a final one, and stepped inside. As the door groaned shut behind her, darkness swallowing her whole, Evelyn whispered into her camera, "If anyone ever sees this footage, subscribe to my channel. Someone needs to know what happened. Someone needs to stop this." She clicked her light on. The stairs went down forever. Ready for Act 4 and final SEO metadata? The stairs seemed eternal. Evelyn descended slowly, each step echoing into a bottomless abyss. Her flashlight beam barely penetrated the dense gloom, revealing only fragments of the spiral stone passage, slick walls covered in ancient, mossy etchings and wet roots that pulsed faintly, like veins carrying blood. The chanting grew louder, more distorted. The language was alien, yet strangely familiar. It stirred something ancient in her bones, as if the sound had been etched into her DNA long ago. Every step seemed to steal her breath, draw her further from the surface world, from sanity itself. Finally, after what felt like hours, the stairs opened into a massive underground chamber. It was a cathedral of horrors. Hundreds of torches burned with black flame, lining the jagged walls. At the center, a stone altar carved from a single obsidian slab pulsed like a beating heart. Circling it were hooded figures in tattered robes, their faces hidden, chanting louder, more frantically now. And chained to the altar, her grandmother. Alive. Eyes wide open, mouth sewn shut. Evelyn gasped. The nearest hooded figure turned slowly. No face, just darkness beneath the hood. It raised one arm, bony and clawed, and pointed at her. The chanting stopped. Dead silence. "Evelyn," it rasped, not from its mouth, but from inside her head. "You've come. The blood calls. The door has accepted you." She took a trembling step back. "What? What is this? Why is my grandmother here?" She opened the door once. She tried to contain it, but the blood runs thick in your line. Now, you must finish what she began. "I'm not part of this," Evelyn whispered. "I didn't ask for any of this." The creature stepped forward. Its robes fluttered without wind. "You carry the mark. You dreamt of the forest. You found the journal. You followed the map. You opened the door." Evelyn's head throbbed violently. Her vision flickered. Memories not her own slammed into her. Her grandmother standing before the same door decades ago. Her mother burning strange symbols into wood, voices whispering through generations, promising power, warning of consequence. It was never just a story. It was a curse. The faceless entity approached, and the others began chanting again. Evelyn screamed, turned to run, but the stairway had vanished. Only solid stone remained. "You belong here, Evelyn," the voice boomed. "The Hollow One stirs beneath, and only blood can keep him dreaming." "No," she cried. "I won't be your sacrifice." The entity raised its hands. Suddenly, the chamber trembled. Dust rained from above. Cracks split the stone floor, and from the gaps, a black mist surged upward, swirling, howling, sentient. From beneath the altar, the Hollow One rose. Not a man, not a creature, a shape beyond definition. A mass of limbs and mouths and writhing shadows that screamed with V. A shape beyond definition. A mass of limbs and mouths and writhing shadows that screamed with voices not meant for this world. Its presence broke reality. Colors bent, sounds distorted, time unraveled. Evelyn collapsed, clutching her head. "You must choose," the entity roared. "Take her place, or the Hollow One will walk the earth." Her grandmother's eyes met hers, pleading even as blood dripped from the corners of her sewn lips. Evelyn rose. "No," she said softly. "I'll end this." She ran to the altar. The cult lunged toward her, but too slow. Evelyn grabbed the ceremonial blade from its sheath. Her grandmother's eyes widened. "I'm sorry," Evelyn whispered, and with one swift motion, she cut the ropes binding her grandmother. Then, without hesitation, she drove the blade into her own chest. A blinding light erupted from the altar. The Hollow One screamed, not in pain, but in denial, as it was pulled back into the cracks, sealed by the ancient bloodline's final act. The cult disintegrated into dust. The chamber collapsed. 1 week later, a team of hikers stumbled upon a torn backpack deep in Blackwood Forest. Inside, a blood-stained journal, a cracked DSLR camera, and a memory card. Later that month, a video surfaced on YouTube, a girl's voice whispering, If anyone finds this, if anyone hears this, subscribe. Tell someone. Don't open the door. Don't follow the map. Let me be the last one.